Good afternoon. Good morning. Good morning, Yoni.
I don't.
So, how'd you get into drinks manufacturing? What's your background? Or did you go to chef school, culinary school? Johnson.
No.
What's it called? Johnson and what? Wales?
I don't know. No, I didn't. I didn't go to any kind of school for it. I always made, just played around at home in the kitchen. I homebrewed beer and that kind of thing. The first drink I
At what
made.
age?
At what age? Actually, I remember my father and I made wine when I was like 10 years old. We got grapes from the grocery store and we smushed them up and put like bread yeast in it. Yeah, didn't come out good.
At 10 years old.
Yeah.
So you're drinking alcohol from 10 years.
Well, I mean, that batch did not come out very good. But,
So you've been tinkering around with beverage for a while.
Yeah. And the first thing I tried making, kind of commercially was a beer for Pesach, which was not actually beer. It was made out of apples and hops. And we did that at a real facility, like a facility that makes hard apple cider. And we sold that. That year, it was the year that COVID started, so we were planning on selling it to Pesach programs, which didn't work out. But then the next thing I did was that was at a different facility, so I wanted to do something at my own place. So I got a small warehouse in Brooklyn, and we started, kind of just playing around with different things there. We're going to do alcoholic beverages, but the licensing for that took a long time. So while we were waiting for the licensing, we started making these sodas.
Gotcha. And how do you figure out how do you know what to buy, what equipment, flavoring, all that?
Just learning on the job, learning one piece at a time. Starting
Google,
small.
YouTube, or what?
Yeah, Google. There's a lot of breweries. There's a lot of small breweries in America, and there's different places online where people talk to each other and figure out equipment and figure out how to do things. And also, there's a lot of equipment on the market. There's a lot of secondhand equipment because sometimes these places close down. So it was that's. I still today, look for auctions of brewery equipment, when I need something.
And brewery equipment will work for any beverage?
Yeah, certain things. It's tanks, canning lines, whatever, pumps. It works for everything.
Very cool. What's your professional background before you were?
Yeah, professionally, I was an actuary. I worked for insurance companies. Did some consulting. Not as interesting as making drinks.
Well, I guess you could analyze risk.
Yeah.
You can analyze the risk.
There's a lot of numbers that you have to figure out. How much do you need? When do you need? In terms of ingredients, how much are you going to sell? There's a lot of calculations.
Forecasting.
Yeah. It comes in handy for sure.
Are you the first actuary in the world to become an entrepreneur, or has happened in the past?
Actuaries start businesses all the time, not drinks, as far as I know.
They do?
Yeah, they do. They get into other things.
Someone told me the only thing more boring than an accountant is an actuary.
That's true.
But you've met other actuaries turn entrepreneurs.
Yeah, a couple. Yeah, they
Really?
Tech startups, different things. Yeah.
Very interesting. Because I just view it as the most technical, boring, unemotional. The first time I met you, actually, you're wearing some type of costume, right?
Yeah.
What were you wearing?
I was wearing a Moshe Rabbeinu costume because the Pesach beer was Pesach themed. It was called Exodus, and it had a nice graphic on it of the seeds of wheat splitting, and there was apples in the middle. So it was at Kosher Fest, a trade show for kosher stuff, and we were promoting it.
Very cool. Did you get that in any stores when you did that one or no?
Yeah. So we were planning on selling it to hotels, which didn't work out because there were no hotels. So we sold it to kosher wine stores. Were able to carry it. And it sold nice. I actually just got an email today. Somebody was looking for it for this year, but we don't have it this year.
Not this year. So you did it it was a one-off?
Twice. We did
You
it
did
twice.
it twice.
Yeah.
That was your entry into the beverage world.
Mm-hmm.
Started alcoholic and just switched to.
Yeah.
Got you. And how did you decide on your first flavors in your soda? What was your goal? What are your goals? What was the market missing that you felt you could bring?
Yeah, so this was in 2021 around, and the healthier sodas were just getting started. Olipop and Poppy were just becoming, getting on the market. And what we saw, it's clear even then that there was going to be a big market for healthier sodas, but it looked like the market was going towards this kind of prebiotic, probiotic thing where it's all focused on gut health. And it seemed like there could be a healthier soda that doesn't have anything to do with gut health. It
doesn't have vinegar in it.
Yeah, it doesn't have vinegar, it doesn't have fiber, it doesn't have whatever additives they're putting in there. And in our house, we do try to eat healthy in general, and especially in terms of sugar, not have processed sugar, but also not have stevia or sugar substitutes. So like we have like chocolate that's sweetened with dates or with honey or with coconut sugar. And snacks and stuff. So so we were thinking like, why is there not a soda like that, a healthy soda that has sweetened with honey or maple or dates?
That's so interesting because my brand, I have the same philosophy of not using any aspartame.
Right.
It just tastes bad.
Yeah.
As an aftertaste, it tastes fake.
Yeah.
Because when I did my brand, I was just mimicking what I grew up mixing juices and seltzer as a kid. So there was no aspartame involved.
Right.
So you're all real ingredients.
Yeah.
Real. Like real.
Yeah, I mean, like we say, it's ingredients you have in your kitchen, like, literally. Like,
so no citric acid?
No citric acid,
So I know Spinger's got a little flack for using citric acid and lawsuits and whatever.
Yeah, nothing like that. Nothing. In fact, for our tanks, you can use citric acid as a cleaner. But I don't want it in the factory. I just don't want it because I don't want somebody walking in here and saying, "Oh no, you use citric acid." So we use other stuff.
Super transparent.
Yeah.
And I know on your packaging, your latest packaging, the ingredients are every single ingredient is on the front.
Every ingredient is on the front except for the water, which is, the official ingredient statement is where it normally is. But yeah, we list all the ingredients on the front.
How much money would you say someone needs to start a new brand? Minimum.
If you do everything, kind of the cheapest way possible just to get started, minimum 50,000, but really more than, a lot more than that.
But theoretically, you could go into your kitchen and make a juice and sell it and buy some plastic bottles on Amazon, and your stores will carry it, right? They'll try it out, test it.
Yeah, if you do it right, and depending on the store, but it needs certain things on the label. It needs to obviously be done in a food safe way. There's laws in different states.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
but yeah, you can
make
something and you can sell it.
Yeah,
you can. Yeah, you can make something.
The FDA is not knocking on your door, right? Yoni, if you put into three stores.
The state knocked on my door here, but yeah, not at that point. Yeah,
I try to encourage people to start, ventures. Yeah. So if they speak to someone too professional like you, they'll think you need $50,000. But really, kids selling lemonade on the street will not be.
You could do it. You could do it with less than that to test out the concept. Yeah, right. But to have a product that generates revenue, I would think you need at least that.
Gotcha. Have you ever raised money? Outside money?
We haven't. No, not yet.
No. Is it something you considered?
Yeah, we're as you grow in this business, you need money because besides for expanding our facility, but you just need money to buy the ingredients to make your next one, and if you keep making more, you keep needing more money. So, and we are trying to grow. We are growing. So yeah.
Has anyone ever approached you with money or not yet?
Nobody has approached me with a check in their hand. No.
Gotcha. A little talk here and there.
Yeah. People have asked if we're looking. People get excited and they ask if we're looking for investors. Yeah.
So all in all, how many years are you in the beverage space?
About 3, a little more than 3.
More than 3 years.
Yeah, we shipped. Depending on how
your
you
apple
look at
cider
it. The cider was in 2020, really. Yeah.
So 5 years.
Yeah.
You tell people 3 years or 5 years?
Because the sodas is 3 years.
Yeah. You're in drinks, liquids.
Right.
Actually, Yoni, I was having a hard time getting a co-packer, and Yoni offered. We had a funny trade where I would introduce Yoni to hotel owners because I come from the art world. I know a lot of the hotel operators, and he would fill my cans. Yeah. And that was once I had cans in my hand. I brought it to a co-packer in Brooklyn. He said, "Oh, you're actually serious. You have a can in your hand."
Right.
And then he took us on. which is very interesting in food manufacturing in general. Is manufacturers don't want to deal with ladies
runs.
making ladies or men making muffins in their kitchen and saying, "Oh, can you make this for me?"
Yeah.
They want people who who are showing more serious intent.
Yeah, no, I saw a LinkedIn post by a co-packer, a very good one, and the guy posted, he's like, well, I get 10, 20, inquiries a day of people who want to do co-packing at my facility, and a lot of times the first thing they ask is, what's your minimum? And that means I know they're not serious, because if they want to do a small run, I know they're not serious. But we here do help people with small runs. So we're actually looking for customers for that, and it's not hard to find them. And people just approach me just because they heard from someone that we do it, because it's a major need in the market for those ladies making muffins in their kitchen. They do want to get started, and we're set up for small runs because we built it from the ground up.
Right. I know my co-packer just talk to them onboarding. It's a process, a long time.
Yeah.
So you don't want to onboard a client and then they do one run and they disappear. It's a lot of time, energy, and.
So we we created a pricing structure. There's like an onboarding fee, and then there's a per can fee, and that's how we do it.
And then you source the ingredients, or they do, or.
It depends on, if we have something that we already do, or something that it's easy for us to get, then we'll source it. Otherwise, up to them.
And then, so you have the can. What's your next step? If someone makes a can, now they have, let's say, I don't know, a couple of pallets. What do you suggest their first step is?
I guess the easiest is to find your local store where you shop. Somebody who knows you, to see if
Someone
they'll
who
put
can't
it.
tell you no.
Yeah. See if they'll put it on the shelf.
Or you'll
see
find out if they can tell you no.
Get their feedback. Whatever you do at that point, you're going to change. You're probably going to change a lot as things go on. So just get it on the shelf, get the initial feedback, see what the first set of things you have to change are, and then go from there.
Gotcha. And then, where's the first place you sold your can?
First place we sold is Manna Health Food Store in Lawrence.
Is it Main Street?
It's on Central. Yeah.
And they sold them?
Yeah, because that's where we were buying those chocolates, made with date syrup and coconut sugar and whatever.
Is that Goodman?
Yeah. Yeah. So my wife went in there and showed him the product and asked if he would sell it and everything. And then, we got, after that, we started selling in Erewhon in LA, which is a good place for, just starting out brands, if they'll take you in.
Does he still sell it now, do you think?
Yeah.
That's great. What's it like selling a premium price drink that no one ever heard of? What's the challenges and how do you deal with that?
So we benefited a lot from the category already being established, right? Healthy sodas have been a thing now for a few years. We didn't have to create that. So we can just say, we're a healthy soda like Olipop, like Poppy, but we're better because we have those extra, we have better ingredients. And that usually is as much explanation. Since the product is very simple, very easy to understand, it's just ingredients you have in your kitchen, people get that. And, they understand that costs a little bit more.
Because people, these days, clean ingredients is hot. People read the ingredients all the time.
Mm-hmm.
What's calorie-wise? I know you guys are at 60?
We're at 60.
60 versus, what's the standard sodas at 140?
Standard sodas are 140. Obviously diet sodas are things with no sugar are 0. The Olipops and Poppies have kind of settled around 25 to 40. People have been skeptical of the 60 calories, but that we feel that's where the best quality product is in terms of taste, in terms of not being watery. I think when people taste it, they appreciate it.
I did know that Spindrift used to be at the 10 calorie, now they're up to 40. So
yeah,
I guess the market realizes that became too polarizing, I think, in extremes.
Yeah.
And the market sort of, Olipop and all those all at 40, 45, what are they?
I think different flavors are different. Yeah, but they're usually 20 to 40. Right. I don't think they're over 40.
People miss that market, but I think Spindrift cracked it. That people, there's not zero, it's not all or nothing.
Yeah.
And then they get the Olipops and Pop. They're at 40. In the 40s, you're up to 60.
And they use some sugar and some stevia to kind of mask the stevia taste, but we don't do that.
I think they all add sugar with the seed because it's so bad.
Yeah.
I
I
know.
mean, Poppy does for sure. I think Olipop does.
And then every day there's new studies how all these artificial sweeteners, stevia, are not great, right?
Yeah, I mean, we stay away from saying something's good for you or not good for you because it can get you into trouble. Even though we have honey or whatever, and people, I know that people use honey for health benefits all the time, but we just stay away from saying anything is good or anything's not good. You know, we just it's about clean ingredients.
Gotcha. Marketing. Well, how does the actuary get into marketing?
With
You read a
lot
book,
of,
or like what do you?
Yeah, yes. You should see the stack of books. The stack of books I have in my office.
Because they say, and what are the telling
No,
me?
the
Red
way-
Bull spends 40% of their revenue is on marketing. I mean,
The way
and what is marketing, and
Yeah.
especially a premium brand? I mean,
The way I look at marketing is by trying to figure out where do you get the most bang for your buck, what is the most effective thing, you know, because you could spend millions of dollars and not do anything, or you could spend a little bit and do something very effective. So what we've kind of been going towards is the more stuff you can do in a store, the more, especially if you can get more space on the shelf, and sometimes you directly pay the store for that, or sometimes there's other ways of doing it. But the best marketing is people seeing your product more. The more you see it, the more they see it, the better. So, and if they're already in the store, even better. So that's, in terms of most bang for your buck, that's what we like to do the best. But there's, all kinds of marketing.
all right. So you're saying shellfish. What about like point of sale signage and stuff? You guys into that?
Yeah, always prefer to do something in a store. Signage, even the circulars and newsletters, something that the store puts out and says, here are the products that are on sale or whatever. On the other hand, reducing your price will kill you very quickly if you're not careful. So even though that does drive up sales temporarily, but it's, you can spend money in lots of different ways. You have to really be careful.
Don't you? What else can I ask? Bum, bum, bum. Trying to think. So right now you're 5 SKUs?
Yeah, we started with 3. It was our mint lemonade, our jalapeno limeade, and our hibiscus ginger ale. About a year ago, we introduced our date cola with date syrup, and then just right now we launched our black cherry, which is it's tart cherry juice and sweet cherry juice. It's really good.
What's your best-selling SKU?
The mint lemonade has always been the top. And
Why do you think so?
everybody likes lemonade. There's nothing scary about it, right? Everybody likes lemonade. The mint tastes. A lot of people are familiar with putting mint in lemonade, and tastes very good. The jalapeno. We have a jalapeno that obviously people are hesitant to try that. Hibiscus ginger ale. People don't like necessarily a strong ginger taste, but everybody has positive feelings about lemonade.
So does that mean you're going to do more mainstream flavors soon?
Yeah, I mean, then our date cola has become number 2, and that's obviously if you're drinking soda, cola is like a natural thing, and the black cherry is also a very classic soda flavor. So for sure, the more the more familiar people are with it, the better, the quicker they are to
You
try.
started off with the not so relatable flavors, and we're moving to more relatable.
Yeah.
So we should expect more relatable stuff.
Yeah, we have a root beer coming out at some point.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Cream soda too, or no?
Yeah, I mean it's on the agenda. Yeah.
Why is root beer and cream soda? Why is that like a twin?
Oh, because they both have a lot of vanilla.
Oh, okay. There we go. I just for some reason all the brands like Bark.
Yeah. Cream soda is
A&W
basically cream soda just means vanilla flavored soda. It just is vanilla flavor, and then root beer is vanilla plus a couple other things.
Okay, coming from the chemist. Well, now I see it because actuary and chemist, they're
You gotta be
geeked
careful
out,
with
right?
what you're doing. Yeah.
Okay, now it's starting to make sense.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see where it's all coming.
Yeah.
Social media. What's your take on social media?
So that's not my strong suit, social media. Never had to use social media as an actuary, but so that's kind of some things is just I have no personal understanding of, and that we get people who are good at it, and they do it.
You're saying you have to do it, but you don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
You outsource it.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's it. Thank you so much, Yoni.
Yeah. Thank you.
And hope to hear continue to follow your journey.
Yeah.